Welcome to another edition of Tribulation Ready Survival. I'm Mike, and today we're going to do a project that's going to help you, or that is supposed to help you, we'll find out, when you have no electricity, when you have no gas, natural gas to your house, no power, you have no utilities, and it is really, really cold. Currently, it is about 28 degrees outside. It's snowed a little bit. It's going to snow again. And so we're going to get this project done to see if it really works. So here's what you're going to need. I don't have a name for this project. Here's what you're going to need. We have our big red, trusty old canning pan that we have. It's starting to rust out on the inside a bit, and so we upgraded. So that's what I'm going to use for this project. You're going to need a nice pair of leather gloves, maybe with some lining on the inside like mine, because you are going to be handling hot bricks for 10 to 15 seconds at the most. Also, you're going to need a couple of these. This is what I'm using, is a landscape brick. It's very heavy. It's at least 10 pounds. And I have 7 of these. I don't plan on using all 7 of them, but it's an option. The landscape brick, or the heavy rock, or the big rock, they have to be dry. The reason that they have to be dry is if they are not, and you put them on your barbecue, or in your fire pit, or on your hobo stove, or however you plan on heating this, that water will expand quickly, and this landscape rock, or big rock, boulder, whatever, they will crack and they possibly can explode. And you don't want that. So here's the idea of the project. I looked around and I wanted to figure out how I could provide emergency heat in my home. It's not going to heat my entire house, but it'll bring some heat into the house that's safe, so I don't have to have an open flame in my house. So my chances of burning my house down are slim to none. Also, so when that fire is burning, I'm not creating carbon monoxide gas, which is a silent killer. You'll never know that it's at a dangerous level until it's way too late. So we're trying to avoid those things, plus bring maximum warmth to my house so that we're comfortable on the inside, or as comfortable as we can be. Here's how that works. When and if the power goes out and we don't have heat, I'm going to go out into the backyard. I'm going to stoke up my barbecue or my hobo stove, which we've seen the previous videos, hopefully. You can put this on top, one on bottom, and heat the hobo stove up to 700 degrees. My thermostat on my barbecue goes up to 700 degrees. It may have gotten hotter. My barbecue will definitely get that hot. Stoke my barbecue up. I have a separate grill that I'm going to use for this, and I'm going to put the bricks on top. I'm going to you don't eat bricks. I'm going to heat those bricks up to 700 plus degrees for 20-30 minutes. Now, once they're heated up, I'm going to take them off with my gloves, put them in my pan. I can fit 2 in this pan. I'm going to stack them on top of each other. Put the lid on top to seal in the heat as best as we can. Bring it in the house, set it on a hot pad or something so it won't burn the surface that it's sitting on, and let the heat radiate out into the room. These bricks, again, they're going to be 700 or 800 degrees. From my understanding and research, they will stay that hot for about 45 minutes to an hour, maybe a little bit longer, and we'll find out how long that does. It does depend on the bricks or the rocks, but we're going to see how well that works. And again, it's safer than having an open flame in your house. So join me today as we complete this project of trying to bring heat into the house as safely as possible. Okay, so now I'm going to light the fire in here. Got a couple pieces of wood I want to start. Move this out of the way real quick. Got my Uber match. Get that started quickly so I don't have to mess around with it. There we go. Set this in here. Get this baby going. Starting to freezing rain here just a little bit, and it's perfect timing. So the fire is going. I'm going to start putting the bricks on with my gloves. Pretty heavy. You wear gloves, right? There you go. Set it in there. Let's see how hot it's going to get. It has been about 30 minutes and the grill is now sitting at 600 degrees. It's been there for about 30 minutes. It's been pretty highly stoked. Now, what I got here, bricks. Hot bricks. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the pan. I will switch them out and put new bricks on, and then I will take the pan inside and we'll time how long and how hot it gets. I don't have a temperature gauge in the house, but comfortable or not comfortable, we'll find out. So let's switch them out. Go from there. Hot bricks. Gotta have hot, thick gloves because it's hot. Don't get me wrong, it's hot. Ooh-wee. Ooh. Yeah, that's all 600 degrees. Ooh-wee. Alright, let's get the other ones on there. Whew. Close the lid. Let's go in the house. So now I've got my bricks in the house, sitting on a turned upside down baking sheet with a pot holder underneath. This thing's putting out some serious heat all the way around it. And even though my bricks were dry, they are still putting out some moisture. My bricks were dry, and they're still putting out some moisture. Okay, we made it 1 hour and 11 minutes. We are now below 120. We're about 110 degrees. And I'm going to go ahead and switch the bricks out. You can still feel a little bit of heat from it, but I want it to heat back up a little bit more. So let's switch the bricks out. They've been in there for as long as we've been filming here, for 1 hour and 11 minutes. Okay, so we're back out here again. This is the second round. We're at 600 degrees. I will take the bricks off and do it again for another hour plus. they are ready to go. They've been in here for well over an hour. Probably closer now to an hour and 20 minutes. All right, second time around, I just brought this in. I didn't get a measurement the first time, but we are pegged out at 220 degrees on the bottom of the pan. So 220 degrees plus is what it's going to sit at for, last time was an hour and 11 minutes. Okay, so we are now 220 plus, probably closer to 350 or higher. It just won't go out anymore. It's as high as it's going to go. It's the closest thing I've got to a thermometer other than the barbecue. So you'll notice that the color of my pot has changed just a bit. It's gotten quite a bit darker, a couple, 2 or 3 shades darker actually. And I think it has started, since it's one of those enamel pans, like a ceramic pan, paint or whatever. I think the paint has started to darken or bake on even better or more. But I don't see any cracks or fractures in it. So it's just very, very hot, and it's putting out a lot of heat. We are at 55 minutes and 54 seconds, so almost an hour. Currently just under 220 degrees, probably 210. So we still have another hour or so worth of heat out of this couple of bricks. So I heated them for an hour plus. The first ones were for 30 minutes. And the heat retention is showing. So that's where we're at. Okay, so we've completed the project today for bringing some heat into your house. We have proven a couple of things, and I learned a couple of things. Number one, we've proven that if you get your barbecue hot enough and you put some pretty good heavy-sized bricks in there, that they will retain heat for well over an hour. The second time we put them in there, they were sucking up the heat for well over an hour, and I'm going to get probably 2 hours worth of heat. I stopped at an hour, but I wasn't even close. You'll see you saw the temperatures. So, okay, so thank you for spending time with us today on this project, and I think it's a great project for you guys to do, and it's really easy and just might keep you a little bit more comfortable in these hard times ahead. Please don't forget to subscribe down here and like right there. Get social with us, leave us any comments or any questions, or if you have any ideas. We'll come up with our best opportunity to do that. We'll try to see what we can do. Also get with us on our Facebook page. Have a good one, folks.